Well. You clicked on this video. Is it because you're lazy and you don't, or you probably don't have time to grind the event? Well, I relate. I relate, man. I relate. Sorry for it, but I relate. Alright. So, this is a macro, about 30 seconds to a minute long. Or you can say 30 minutes to 50 seconds. Depends on your units and all that. So this macro gets you about 500k to 1 million per night slash day, and more from school. So yeah. Alright. So here's what I'll explain to you what you need and what units you need. But first I will be using TinyTask. I'll put the download link in the description for TinyTask download in case you wanna actually I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's basically it. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go straight in with the units. Now for the units and all that, you can either have a Memoria on it or a Familiar, whatever helps you. So here you can either use Escanor. Escanor is like the best choice for this. Don't worry, you don't need to go trading for all of that and everything. What you want to do is just want to oh yeah, just for confirmation, we're not gonna be macroing the event mode, but just gonna be macroing the infinite mode. So what you want to do is you want to grab one unit, just one unit or multiple units if you're using Eins. So I'm gonna grab Escanor because I have Monarch on him and he's like the best unit to actually macro. You can of course use like multiple units. Of course you can use multiple units and all that, but just make sure make sure you're just using one because Tiny Task for his name is called Tiny Task for a reason. We don't want to overload it and all of that. Too much actions, it's gonna break easily. More actions, more it's gonna break. So yeah. We don't want to break out Tiny Task and next morning we're not gonna have anything. So what we want to do is we want to equip Escanor or whatever unit that you're gonna macro. If you have questions and all of that for your units, comment down and I'll answer them. I don't want to hear nobody. I don't want to hear nobody say begging and all of that. All right. I'm just answering questions. Okay. Anyways, now that we have your unit, right? Make sure you have your Tiny Task out. And I'm gonna talk about the settings. So your Tiny Task settings always on top must be check marked because it'll stay right here. Make sure you have continuous playback. Once you make sure that your recording is actually clean. But alright, so now I'm gonna need y'all to really focus. Do you guys know where your retry button is? This macro really just depends on where if you can remember where your retry button is. If you don't worry. If you do, okay, you just clear the easiest part, the hardest part of this macro. So yeah, infinite mode. We're just gonna start. Alright, so now placement matters here. So I would not recommend you placing your units here, but if you like, you can easily place the units here. Not that's your decision. You can place your units here on the bridge, but I would mostly recommend over here, placing your units right here. So yeah, so once you just gotta make sure you don't move around when your tiny task is enabled, because let me just show you an example. So I'm gonna move, right? Then now, since I don't have continuous playback, you see, it's yeah, that's what happens. So we just don't want to move our camera at all. Got that? Alright, good. So we're gonna restart the match. If you don't already, um, just make sure you stand in a good spot so you can place down your Escanor or like whatever units you have. I meant, sorry. Put down your units right in here, right here, and just for confirmation, right? Just for confirmation, whenever, in order to know where your retry button is, you gotta lose one time. You gotta lose one time. Then once you do, put your finger on the retry button if you don't have good memory. So put your finger on the retry button. Then you just wanna like start. You just wanna like start the macro, and you just wanna go immediately to the retry button. Click on it a bunch of times. Then go to vote start. Then yeah. Then I'll give you a slight example. I'll give you an example of how I start my macro. So we just want to restart so we get time. Alright, so this one is my usual macro. Alright, click, because my retry button is right here. I spam click it for 5 seconds. Then I press vote start for at least 10 seconds. Then I put my Escanor and I make sure I place a bunch just in case Tiny Tag doesn't pick up where I place it or I clicked. And I just want to click there, click here for a bunch, then press T to upgrade, spam it a bunch, then click off it, and record, unrecord. And now, watch, I'm gonna restart the match, and I'm gonna press play. There, see, I have my mouse. Why do I always say stuff like this? My hands are not on my utilities here. I don't have it on my keyboard nor my mouse. Tiny Taz is simply doing this. Now you can see where it says 1 out of 1. That's because it's not on continuous playback. If you want a macro, turn on continuous playback and sit back and just wait. Either sleep, do whatever. You do you. Got that? Then that's basically it. If you need help or if you have questions, comment down. And yeah, see? It's finished. I didn't notice. Yeah, so enemies coming down. Escanor, since we have the macro on, is gonna keep upgrading and all that. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully this helps you with your laziness. Haha. Anyways, sorry. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'm just gonna be posting macro videos or like funny videos if I find them. My Discord will not be posted yet, but I will make one soon. Tiny Task download is in the description. And hope y'all have a good day. And see ya, guys. My Twitch, I forgot to mention my Twitch. I am gonna be streaming sometimes, so my Twitch is gonna be in the description. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.